I had a Soviet colonel who spoke to me about a deep underground base outside of Moscow that he had been at and he had worked at. And he told me the structure. He said all the levels that were the military levels, the levels that were laboratory and scientists. And he told me that the final level, the most restricted level, was the level that had alien presence on it. Only generals and their aides were allowed on that level. And he said, and even they were not allowed to look directly at these creatures. And that was also the level where they did human experimentation. He said there were bodies, human bodies in there. And he said it's the most extraordinary thing he'd ever seen in his life. Deep underground military bases, a lot of that space is dedicated to continuity of government. And so the national government support these deep underground areas. These elite powers in control, they have access to information of all kinds and data that tells them about coming cataclysms, things that are impending at any moment. And so they reserve these spaces for their purposes. And those national government leaders are thinking that they're going to get to use those spaces for whatever they need. They're in for a really rude awakening when the time comes, because they're going to get kicked out. So the elites are preparing using these underground bases. But it's interesting to note that higher consciousness people are also preparing by exploring new community models.